Hi everyone. In the last class, we have seen how we are posting entries or from the journal to the ledger, and different types of ledger accounts also we have seen. So now we are going to see the single column cash book and petty cash book, etc. So what is a cash book? Cash book is a book in which all transactions relating to cash. Can you see this properly? Okay, you can see now. So cash receipts and cash payments are recorded. So it's a simple book where the transactions related to receipts and payments related to cash is recorded. So it is made on monthly basis. I have just marked, which is really important. We can make notes from this. Okay, it is also called books of original entry. Now, what is a single column cash book? A single column cash book records all cash transactions of the business in a chronological order, that is, in a proper order, okay, on the date wise. So, complete record of cash receipts and cash payments will be there. Then, the cash book maintains only one amount column on which debit and on each debit and credit sides, like how we have done in the ledger. We have cash account ledger, so there we have on debit side and credit side one amount column we had. On each sides we have one amount column. Okay, so that is what here in the single column cash book. So this is an example of single column cash book. So here you can see on credit side one amount column, and on the debit side one amount column. Okay, that means simple single column, both the sides. Hope you understood. This one we already done in the last class, so no need to do it again. So whichever on the base of the transactions we will be posting here. Okay, on the base of the equation you will be knowing the basic rule: debit all the increase in assets. Okay, like that. So this rule is the base for your accounts. Okay, so you have to by heart this one, the two main rules. Okay, for changes in assets and expenses or losses, and for changes in capital, liabilities, revenue, gains, etc. So if you are thorough with these two, okay, then you will understand whenever you see one transaction, you will know which one or which where you have to debit and where you have to credit, and which amount should be there and all. Okay, otherwise if you are not thorough with this one, then you will be totally confused. So please read this, and hope you have already written in your notebooks, and daily you have to practice this one, otherwise you will be losing the touch in the journal entries. So if you are very thorough with these two, when you are getting one entry like purchased furniture, suddenly you will be knowing which account you have to debit and which account you have to credit. And if it is a purchased furniture, so it has not mentioned whether it is cash payment or credit purchase. So if it is not mentioned cash, then automatically it is a credit purchase, like that. We will just go through one or two entries here, so you will just brush up all these things. Okay, so on 2017 November 1, cash in hand rupees 30,000. So how you will be writing? Cash is coming, right? So it is capital again. Sorry, it is not capital. Cash in hand. Okay, business already started before. So previous month's capital, what you have, I mean cash, what you have. So cash in hand 30,000. How you will be writing? On your debit side, balance brought down. Can you see this? Okay. On your debit side, balance brought down. So previous month it would have written on the credit side balance carry down. Here it would have. Then you are writing on the next month first date, you are writing balance brought down. So balance brought down means the cash in hand, the balance what you have. Now next entry is cash received from Gurmeet, okay, on November 4th. So you are receiving cash. So cash account debtor to Gurmeet account. So I'll be writing the entry. So did you see this? This is the entry when we receive cash from Gurmeet. Okay. So in the cash account, we have to debit Gurmeet. Okay. Cash account debtor to Gurmeet account. So in the cash book, we are debiting Gurmeet 12,000. What was the amount? Hope you're understanding how we are posting here. If you're not writing this one also, you have to think in your mind what will be the entry and where you have to write. So go back to the rule. It is telling debit when there is an increase in cash. So we are debiting because there is an increase in cash. And why we are writing Gurmeet? Because in the cash book we will not write cash again. That is why in the cash book we are debiting the amount and we are writing Gurmeet. Okay. Next entry is insurance paid. So insurance paid means that is a premium would have paid. So that is expense again, right? So when there is an increase in expense, we have to debit. And when there is a decrease in cash, decrease in asset, we have to credit. So here we are thinking only about the cash book, right? So what is the entry? The entry will be insurance account debtor to cash account. So we have to credit. So in the entry we are crediting cash. The same way here we are crediting insurance. How much? 6,000 we are writing. Did you understand? When there is a decrease in asset or cash, we have to credit. That is why here we have credited. In the cash account we are crediting, but in the insurance account, because it is an expense, so in the insurance we will be debiting cash. Okay. Next entry is purchased furniture by paying cash. Okay. So again, furniture is coming, cash is going. So when cash is going, we have to credit furniture account furniture. It is 13,800. The amount is okay, no problem. So I'm just telling you how the entries or these accounts are coming in the credit side and how the accounts are coming on the debit side. Only the base is only that rule. When you have to debit, when you have to credit, I just showed you. So when there is an increase in assets and expenses or losses, you have to debit. When there is a decrease in assets and expenses or losses, you have to credit. Then when there is a decrease in liability, capital and income, you have to debit. And when there is an increase in liability, capital and income, you have to credit. So please be very thorough with this. Then it will be easy for you to post all the transactions in the ledgers. So this is about the single column cash book. This is how we are posting. Now about the double column cash book. So in this type of cash book, there are two columns on the amount on each side of the cash book. That is, two sides will be on the credit side and two columns will be on the debit side. Two amount columns on both debit and credit sides. So normally when there is so many transactions are happening on one day or in a week, so it will be easy for them to maintain bank account and cash account in one account. Okay, they will be merging in one account. So one amount column will be for bank and one amount column will be for cash. So this is the meaning for that, explanation for that. When the number of bank transactions is large, it is convenient to have a separate amount column for bank transactions in the cash book itself instead of recording them in the journal, okay, or in the separate account. This helps in getting information about the position of the bank account from time to time. Then when cash is withdrawn from bank, see here, okay, the contra, it is mentioning about the contra entries, but when you read the theory you may not understand. When we do the problem you will understand. Okay, so this is how the double column cash book, can you see this? Okay, so debit and credit side, debit and credit, that is same for all the accounts. Date, receipts, LF column. Again on the credit side, date, payments, LF column. But the difference is, see here, not particulars, receipts and payments. And here two amount columns. One name we have given cash, another one is bank. Again on the credit side, two amount columns, cash and bank. So this is the format of double column cash book. I hope you can see this. This is the question. That means all the transactions are given here. So we'll see how we are posting in this cash book. So first one is bank balance. Okay, so whenever there is showing a balance or a cash in hand or bank balance or cash at bank, you have to write balance brought down. So first we are writing the date, September 1. Here also we are writing September 1. So this is balance brought down. We are writing in, do you see the amount? 42,000. Okay, This is the balance at bank. So we are writing under the bank 42,000. Please listen carefully. So first entry is bank balance on September 1. So that amount we have to write under the bank amount column on the debit side, 42,000. And what is the thing we are writing here? Balance brought down. Second entry is cash balance 15,000. Again on the same thing, balance brought down only. Under cash column we are writing 15,000. See, no need to write two accounts. Only in one cash book we are writing two entries here. See, we are not writing in the next line, same date we are writing. Now going to the third one, September 4th, purchase goods by check. So you'll be knowing amount is going from bank, not from cash. So purchase goods by check means amount is reducing from the bank. So when there is a decrease in assets, so bank amount in bank is an asset. So when there is a decrease in assets, we have to credit. So on the credit side, we are writing purchase. Under the bank column, we are writing 12,000. Hope it is clear. So purchase of goods by check. So amount is reducing from the bank. So when it is decreasing, we are crediting. That is why we are writing on the credit side. Purchase, we are writing under the bank 12,000. Now on the next one, sale of goods for cash. So there is a changes in the cash. Okay. So sale of goods, cash is coming. So there is an increase in cash or increase in asset. So we have to debit. Okay. Debit side we are writing sales. Under cash we are writing 6,000. Okay. Next one is purchase of machinery by check. Again, it will reflect in bank column. And two things you have to understand when you are reading each transaction. What is happening here? Whether amount is reducing or increasing. Okay. And next one, bank or cash. So here I'll just write here B, bank, and it is decreasing. Amount is decreasing. That means credit side. Can you see that? So when you get a question, if you write in like this, it will be easy for you. Okay, bank or cash, that will help you to write on which column you have to write, whether bank column or cash column. Then whether it has to come credit side or debit side. So here cash is reducing, cash from bank is reducing, so it should be on the credit side. So can you see this? Here machine, it has written machine, right? So machinery, we are writing under the bank 5,500. So next one, sold goods and received check. Again, it will be in bank. It is an you are getting cash, right? So it is debit. See, I have written here, the amount should come in bank and amount is coming. That is why it is debit. We have to debit. See here, sales under bank we are writing 4,500. Next entry, purchase goods from Marula in cash. Okay, whatever name is okay. In cash. Again, it is cash, right? Not bank. Can you see this? Okay, so it will be reflecting in cash column and the cash is going. Okay, cash is reducing. So we have to credit. So here, purchase. On the credit side, we are writing purchase. Under cash column, we are writing 17,400. Like that, you have to do all the things. Okay, I'm not writing everything. These are some examples I have written. So first you have to see, you have to write cash or bank. Then you have to write whether it is an increase or decrease, credit or debit side. Okay. So purchase of stationery by check, check given to Rohit, then cash withdrawn, rent paid, paid salary. So please write down this one. Okay. Hope you can see the whole thing. So at the end, what do you have to write? I forgot to tell one more thing. On September 27th, just see that cash withdrawn from bank. Here, cash also coming, bank also coming, right? So two are there, both in one entry. So you have to write, as I said, first cash and B. Cash and bank you write. Debit and credit don't write now. Okay, just write cash and bank. Now see, cash is coming in business, right? When you are withdrawing from bank, cash is coming. That means asset is increasing. So automatically debit. On the cash account, we have to debit. And again from bank point of view, cash is reducing. So when there is a decrease in asset, credit, we have to credit. So cash is coming, so we are debiting, and bank amount is reducing, we are crediting. Now see in the cash book. Can you see this? 27 we are writing. So where we have written debit, okay? Sorry, where we have written debit, that column we are taking first, okay? Debit. There we are writing bank, okay? Bank we are writing 10,000. Under cash column we are writing 10,000. But here we are writing bank. Okay, debit side we are writing. Under cash column we are writing 10,000. Okay, and credit side, under bank column we have to write, see, cash 27, date 27 cash. Under bank column we are writing 10,000. So same day two entries are coming, that is why in under the LF column we are writing C. That is contra entries, two are coming, that is why we are writing C. Hope it is clear to you. The transaction on September 27th, cash and bank on the same transaction it is coming. So you have to debit and credit same amount. That is why we have written C here. Now we are going to see how we are totaling it. Okay, so after writing all the amounts, we will be totaling. So first we will take cash column, okay, cash amount column. So this side is more, debit side is more than the credit side. So debit side we are totaling and we are writing 31,000, and the credit side it is, we are getting, can you see this, 20,900. So the difference you will be getting 10,100. Okay. So cash column here total is 31,000, which is more, that you have to write first. So debit side is more. You're writing 31,000. This side also you are writing 31,000. So the balance you are writing here as balance carry down. You are writing 10,100. Same way you are totaling the bank. That also debit side it is more, 46,500. So the balance you are writing on the credit side, wherever it is less, you are writing 13,900 as balance carry down. Okay. Now this side, debit side. So credit side you have written balance carry down. Debit side, next date, next month first you are written balance brought down. The same amount you have to write here, balance brought down, same amounts. So this will be the opening balance, because we have seen in the question itself bank balance and cash balance. So this will be the bank cash balance and bank balance in the next month date 1. Okay, hope you have understood. Please write down in your notebooks. Thank you.